on YouTube. This is Dials46. You're watching Intrigue Airsoft. I wanted to kind of touch base on 400 feet per second or die. And this is especially going to kind of touch base with a lot of my subscribers that are kind of just getting into Airsoft and, making their first big purchases on automatic electric guns, AEGs, and kind of making a decision on the price point based on the feet per second of velocity that these stock guns are coming. Well, here's the deal. Across the nation, for the most part, even outdoors, 400 feet per second is the limit for a full automatic rifle, AEG. Now, there's going to be some bylaws, some other rules as far as like DMRs, things like that. They'll allow for a higher FPS as long as it's semi-auto. It's on a field-by-field basis, location-by-location basis. So make sure you check with your local fields. However, it seems like currently, 2013, across the nation, in the United States of America, 400 feet per second is the rule. The reason why I'm kind of bringing this up is like I said, there's a lot of new players that follow my channel and in general that are kind of looking for some information. And, when you're shopping out there, you're finding a lot of these lower priced options that are shooting pretty hot out of the box, stock out of the box. Some of these Jingong options, A&K, AGM, whatever, some of these lower grade options shooting anywhere from, 410, 420, 430 feet per second with a .20 gram BB. That's for real. All right. Bad news is some fields you're not going to be able to play with these guns. You're just not gonna. It's shooting too hot. So that's something to keep in consideration. Keep in mind when you're making your first, AEG purchase. Make sure you check with your local fields, check with your local rules, see what they're saying. Like in a lot of indoor, close quarters type stuff, you're going to see it's at 350 feet per second or below with a .20 gram BB. Full auto or semi, whatever, but you see the cutoff is generally 350 FPS. So, for these guys that, players that are just getting into it and making a decision on purchasing their first big Airsoft order, their first big buy, their first big AEG, and they're basing it on the FPS, like, oh man, this thing shoots 430, 440. Well, that's cool, man, but odds are you're probably not going to be able to use this, 430, 440 FPS gun at most fields. So choose wisely, check with your local fields, play safe out there. Like I said, 400 feet per second and below, I'm basing on a national average. 350 feet per second or below, that's kind of a close quarters average. And not only that, but let's talk about this. 400 feet per second or higher, these are lower end Chinese-made guns. I've gone the JG route myself, the Jingong route. I've saved a few bucks, got the knockoff, and it was shooting a little hot. And there's a balance there, man. There's a pro and a con, So it's shooting pretty hot out of the box. So you got to consider that it's a little bit more harsh on the box, a little more wear and tear on it. You can expect to strip a gear, strip a piston out a little bit sooner. So is it really worth it, or is it worth it to, like everybody laughs at the Toki Maruis that are shooting, maybe just under or just over 300 feet per second, but those things last you for the rest of your life. I've got a couple that are still running, and they're about 10 years old. So, it's your choice in the end, but I just wanted to kind of put this out there. 400 feet per second or die. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Honestly, the difference between a 350 feet per second and a 400 FPS feet per second AEG, you're not going to notice a lot. You get a type of barrel in it, maybe mess the hop up a little bit, mess with the compression of your piston, things like that, and still trying to keep it at that 350 mark. You're not going to see a big difference between an optimized 350 and a 400 FPS gun. Something to keep in mind. Thanks for watching, guys. Dials46. Check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/IntrigueAirsoft or IntrigueAirsoft.com.